Located in the heart of Northwest Arkansas, Providence Academy blends the best of remote and in-class learning for grades K through 12. As the region's only university model school for more than 15 years, Providence empowers parents to be the greatest influence on their children, creating quality family time while also learning in a classical college prep setting with robust opportunities for athletics, art, STEM classes, musical theater, and much more. Providence Academy, building family connections, building leaders for Christ at providence-academy.com.
Good evening and welcome to Gathering to Give. My name is Ashley Shaver Noland. I've been a Providence parent for 13 years and I'm also one of the chairs for this evening.
And my name is Lee Wood. I've been a Providence parent for I think 10 years at least. And I'm here because I'm still the only person they could find with a tux.
That's not true, Lee.
Oh, okay.
You're just here to look pretty tonight.
Right. Y'all got problems if I'm here to look pretty. What about that video? Wasn't that amazing?
That video was incredible. Thank you to Providence parent Josh Baxter for creating that for us.
And by the way, Josh, if you need talent, I'm here. Just give me a call.
Well, so this is actually our second annual gala. We hosted a gala together last year that looked a little different from this.
We did. This is our first and hopefully last annual virtual gala.
That's right. So this year looks a little different and hopefully we will be able to be together again next year, and I hope you guys will join us there.
Yes.
Tonight, one of the things that is unique about tonight, last year we were able to raise money for our land, and we were actually able to raise enough money that evening to pay off our land, which was an incredible milestone for our school. Tonight, we are incredibly excited that all money raised tonight will be going to benefit our teachers. So we'll actually be giving teachers cash bonuses from the money that we raise tonight, and we're hoping that we can also raise enough money that we can put more money into their compassion fund and begin an endowment fund that will give them even better benefits.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a great night. It's a great cause, and it's going to be a really fun night.
Absolutely. So there are going to be several ways we talk about giving here. The silent auction is going on, and we'll talk about that throughout the night. We're going to try to keep this in about an hour, right?
Right?
The two of us could probably talk till 11 tonight. We could have our own show, but we're gonna try to keep this to an hour. So hopefully by 8 o'clock, you are done listening to us and seeing the videos. But we're going to keep the silent auction open for another hour. So you'll have until 9 o'clock tonight to get those last minute bids in.
That's right. So our program this evening will go until 8 o'clock, but you'll have until 9 o'clock to bid on your favorite silent auction items, and they are amazing. So be sure to check those out if you haven't already. Some of the other things that we wanted to bring to your attention. One thing is, as you're watching, you might want to watch the program on your laptop or on your computer and then have your phone in your hand. We have ours ready. We're going to be doing a little bidding ourselves tonight, so you can have your phone in hand ready to bid, but you might want to watch it on your laptop, or you can watch it on your phone as well. Another thing we wanted you guys to be sure and engage in is the chat. There's a button that says chat, so you can just click on that. We would love to hear where you're watching from, if you're watching from home, if you're at our watch party. Shout out to everybody at the watch party at the Roberts Barn. If you're at a baseball game in Dallas, or if you're visiting family in Kansas City, we would love for you to tell us where you're watching from in the chat, and we would love to hear some of the ways that our Providence teachers have impacted your family as well.
Before we jump into our first segment, we have to thank our sponsors. First, we want to thank the Schmeeding Foundation, and we also want to I've always said Raylana, but it's Rialana.
Rialana. It doesn't work with your Mississippi accent.
Nothing works with my Mississippi accent.
All right, so tonight for our teachers, if you are watching, we want to give you a special thank you. From me personally, I have raised my 4 children at Providence for the last 4 years, and I want to thank you personally for the ways that you have loved them, that you've cared about what's going on in their home, that you've tutored them outside of class in Algebra 2 and geometry, and you've changed their worldview, and thank you so much for helping me raise my kids. I will be forever grateful to you. From our entire Providence community, as we have been planning this night to honor you for the last 3 months, we pray that tonight, from our administration, our board, from all of us as parents, we pray that tonight that we will be able to do justice at thanking you for what an incredible impact you've had on our kids and for the especially incredible sacrifices that you have made this year. And to all of you as you watch, we hope that tonight is an incredibly fun night. And so tonight, sit back, relax, engage, bid, donate money, and enjoy Gathering to Give.
Providence teachers are so special because they genuinely love us. I can say about every one of my teachers so confidently that they love me and that they care about me and that they are here because they care about me as a person, they care about my walk with Christ, and they care about my life after high school.
The teachers at Providence are really kind, sweet, encouraging, thoughtful, and very supportive.
They're funny and they're very kind.
They really care about me understanding, and I don't feel like nervous or anything to ask them questions.
I like how they incorporate the Bible a lot into what they teach.
Providence teachers are just amazing. They do everything that they can to help you improve.
They truly care about not only your academic life, but really your home life as well. There's been many times when teachers have come to me and asked me, just how things are going. And that's something that really is special and really inspires me.
I've really been blessed by Providence teachers and in the way that they love you and the way that they show you grace through everything and just the true desire to connect with you.
They know you by name, which is very impressive with how many students we have.
They're really nice and funny.
They're outstanding teachers, and they will give you all the knowledge that you need and more. And they will connect with you, they will build a bond with you, and they promise that they will be the best teachers that you will ever have.
So this thing that's so special about Providence teachers is that they take the time out to care for every one of the students, and you see it literally every day in every class.
The reason why the Providence teachers here, they're so incredible and inspiring is because they aren't here just to teach. They're here to inspire the kids, and they are here because they care about us.
They're very much hands-on and making sure that you understand, and they care about us outside of school too. I mean, I could ask any of them to pray for me.
They hold us to a standard, and while that may seem tough at times, it really has helped us and inspired us to do well.
Providence teachers are special because they love to be here. They choose to be here. They could teach anywhere else if they wanted to, but they choose to come and teach at a 3-day-a-week private school to just invest in our lives and tell us their passions. They're so passionate about their subjects.
Teachers at Providence are just wonderful. They help you through when you're struggling, they come over and work it through. And they're just so passionate.
They are so kind, they're passionate, and they give you lots of chances.
I love how Providence and all the teachers have handled the pandemic, and even all the snow days and all the weird COVID days that we've had this year. They've just been so consistent and so ready to go and teach and make sure that none of our time has been wasted.
I think they've all been really adaptable. They've really hit the ground running on just making sure that even when we're online, they manage to stay consistent with class schedules and with homework and with their teaching. They managed to keep up a quality of teaching and making sure that we were engaged and understood what was going on, even though we weren't able to have that in-person time. They just really stayed on top of that in a way that was very impressive, honestly.
Starting in March last year, they had to cope with Zoom and understanding how to work that, which is confusing in itself. And even through this year, those who want to be virtual and choose that, they work with them. They want to set up Zoom calls if they want to and help them learn the topic more.
Providence teachers have gone above and beyond by adapting to the recent struggles with COVID.
This year, like if we tell a teacher like, hey, like we're not strong on this, they'll be like, oh, that's okay. Let's do an extra review day and we'll make sure that you like really master this subject. And it's just really nice because it makes it feel really like caring and personal and that they actually care about like what we're learning. That's really beautiful, is just how they've adapted to the change and taken on all the extra workload and the stress, but still reflected grace towards us. And in return, we've given a lot of grace for just where we are right now.
It's a special thing that they didn't just, you know, leave because of COVID and stuff like that. I'm just grateful that they could stay and help us out at school.
They could have come up with a million different excuses to not show up and be here this year. And every single morning, they made the decision to get up and to come to school and leave all of the worries of this past year at the door and come to school and minister to these kids every single day, minister to their parents every single day. And that's not always easy. And they've done so with such grace all year long. And so I'm just, as their administrator, so proud of them. I don't think people really understand how much they did this year. But as a mama too, just so grateful that my Care Beth has been able to go on and that school has been just normal for her, you know, that we have kept going and she has kept learning, and words cannot even begin to express how grateful I am for Providence in this community.
Well, after that video, I don't know who wouldn't want to give money to this cause.
I know, take all my money.
Speaking of taking all your money, we actually have another way you can give, not just a silent auction, but you'll notice a donate button on your screen if you're watching it. And the board and the administration have given us a challenge.
That's right.
$10,000 matching gift. Silent auction items, excuse me. But when you hit that donate button, and what we're going to do is we're going to give you an opportunity to give using that donate button. We're going to start this off at $1,000. Now, I realize not everybody can give $1,000, but I bet you there's some people out there that can give $1,000. And so if you hit that donate button right now, you'll give $1,000 towards this matching gift. I wasn't going to do this, but okay, Melody, I know you're out there watching somewhere. Get ready, because you're going to be the first one to give $1,000. So just go ahead and hit that button, dear.
Okay, so Melody, hit the $1,000, the bid button. Okay,
I'm probably going to get in trouble.
Okay, I think I'm going to do it too. So
I love it.
I'm going to go ahead and donate too, and we just need 10 people to give $1,000 each, and we can hit that challenge, and we can make that 10,000, 20,000.
I love it.
All right, and next up, while you guys are nudging your spouse or asking permission to give $1,000, we're actually going to watch another video. This next video is highlighting one of our longtime teachers. Of course, we wish we could highlight every single teacher at Providence. Every one of them is worthy of being highlighted. But today we're going to highlight Sandra Shell. She is a longtime, very beloved teacher at Lower Campus. So up next, we're going to highlight teacher Sandra Shell.
I'm Sandra Shell. I teach second grade at Providence Academy.
Sandra Shell is a legend at Providence. She's been here a long time. People love her. Sandra Shell, you walk into her classroom and joy abounds with Mrs. Shell. Her kids love her. Her parents adore her. She makes learning fun and engaging.
I really came to Providence because of my kids. I was happy where I was, but I guess the Lord had something different in mind, and then it was just a great fit. It probably speaks to my mental state that I get along with second graders really well, so I sign up to come back every year.
And this year especially, again, has just gone above and beyond what was asked of her. Sandra made sure that even though students were learning from home and they weren't at school with her Tuesdays and Thursdays, that they still felt part of her classroom, that they were still a part of that culture in her room.
Well, they're second graders. They're pretty resilient, and they tell it like it is. They are happy to be at school most of the time. I think it's a relief after having been at home, and then all summer you really couldn't go anywhere, so it was so fun to come to school. I want them to get a good education, and that's a lot of pressure. I felt the need for those remote students to have as much as the same experience as everyone else, because to have to stay home every day, that gets hard. This was a job, and this is what we do, and it was hard on everyone. This year has, so kind of like we're all in it together. Something that surprised me, it was so heartwarming. I had 2 students who had basically been out the whole year. They'd been remote up until second semester at some point. And when they came in, they felt comfortable. And it's really made me think it's because we came into their living room 2 days a week and talked to them. And I turn the camera around and the kids are like, hey, good morning. And so I think that made them feel comfortable.
I know that there are students at the upper campus and even students that have graduated who look back on her with fondness and would tell you that she has changed their life for the better, that she cares about them, that she loves them, and it's evident in how she runs her classroom and how she interacts with her students and her parents.
The families that give the support to me is just amazing. So that's maybe that's why I sign up every year to come back, is I know I'm loved, and it's pretty special.
Now can you guys see why we all love our teachers so much? Mrs. Shell is amazing. Actually, all 4 of my kids had Mrs. Shell in second grade. She is hilarious and filled with grace and compassion. We just loved. What are you doing? We're live. We're live. Right?
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I was looking at this really cool trip, and I just bid on this trip to Greece. Oh, wait. Is that your phone? You just been on this trip to Greece. All right.
Well, the trip to Greece is actually amazing. There are so many incredible auction items. You guys be sure to check out our silent auction if you haven't already. There are so many incredible items. We do have some luxury trips to places like Greece. And the Amalfi Coast and Spain and France.
And glamping in California.
A bed and electricity, and
That's not
it probably
camping.
There's a really cool glamping trip.
There is a really cool glamping
the coast of California. There's Key West. There's Costa Rica. So be sure to check those out. You actually have 3 years to travel and no blackout dates. It includes airfare for 2, luxury accommodations for 2, your own travel specialist.
So while we're doing that, it might be interesting to see one of those videos and just what those trips are about.
Yeah,
and while we're doing that, we're going to encourage you, talk with your spouse, consider making a donation. We still have the $1,000 out there for anybody who's willing to give us $1,000 while we're watching this video.
All right, so up next, we are going to watch one of our silent auction items, which is a trip to the beautiful Greece.
Nine-day Greece and Greek Islands Odyssey. For sun-drenched days and magic moonlit nights, there's no place more enchanting than the Greek islands. Your idyllic adventure for two begins on sun-kissed Santorini for 3 days of sheer bliss. On the island where blue-domed churches and snow-white houses dot the hillsides. In the rosy glow of sunset, you can sip fine wine and dine on fresh Mediterranean cuisine. A scenic morning cruise takes you to Mykonos, renowned for its beauty and the international jet-setters who love to vacation there. For 3 glorious days on Mykonos, you can explore the island, shop in trendy boutiques, and stroll the beach as the Aegean Sea tickles your toes.
All right, we're back live. Mr. Ross, do you have an update for us on where we are?
I do, sir.
All right, drum roll, please. All right. 12,000.
That's for our total for the evening so far.
12,311. That's awesome. We're at a good start. I love it.
All right.
Now look, I realize that not everybody can give $1,000.
Right.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But maybe there are people out there that can give 500.
Yes.
So if you can give 500, nudge your spouse, have a little chat, and let's see what we can do to get to this goal.
All right, so if you are able to give 500, we would love for you to hit that donate button. And let's talk a little bit about some of these great auction items that we've kind of been scrolling up here, and we've seen some really cool stuff on the auction. There is a 1 week at Camp War Eagle. That's actually, it says the value is $1,400. It hasn't been bid on yet. That's a great one.
There's lots of great food in here. You know, I'm all about
It's actually making me really hungry.
I know. I just keep going past all these to the food ones. These are good. There's a salon packet. You know, I need a salon day. I wonder what they could do with this hair. Probably not much.
There are all kinds of great items in our silent auction, so be sure to check that out this evening. You can either scroll that on your phone if you're watching on your computer, or you can definitely check it out tonight until 9 p.m. Okay, while you are talking to your spouse about making a donation, we actually are going to highlight another one of our incredible teachers, and this is Lucas Kagi. He has been a longtime teacher at our upper campus, and he is the head of the history chair as well as sponsor for student council. So enjoy Lucas Kagi.
I'm Lucas Kagi. I have been teaching here at Providence for 9 years. I teach 10th and 11th grade history, and I teach government and economics to 12th grade.
Lucas Kagi is amazing. Now, granted, he would rather be barefoot every day because he grew up as a missionary's kid in Peru. We're just so blessed that he's one of our teachers. You sit in his classroom and he makes history come alive. He's one of the hardest teachers here. He's the kind of humble teacher that doesn't take credit for himself, but gives it to others that share it with him.
I think what I love the most about serving at Providence Academy is the relationship that I have with my students. That to me means more than even the content that I teach, which I love, even the different ways I get to serve in different capacities.
Just the other day, Mr. Kagi knocked on my door, said, "Can I borrow your office and can you cover my class for a minute?" I said, "Sure." He took a junior, one of our juniors here in class, and sat down with that kid and prayed with him and talked with him about just having some issues.
What is particularly meaningful to me in the classroom is when the students who otherwise came into class really not caring a whole lot about the content, the history, the government, the economics, begin to ask questions like, "Tell us more about this," or "What about this?" or here's what I looked up, you know, about this. That I absolutely love.
That's the kind of teacher Mr. Kagi is. He loves his kids and they love him back. He's hard and it's really great because he's pushing them academically, but the kids deliver to him because they love him.
The biggest challenge of this year is email and trying to keep up with the students who are here one day and then they're not here the next day, and trying to follow through and make sure I don't let students fall through the cracks, and keep up with homework being turned in virtually. That probably has been the biggest challenge, and then not having the face-to-face interaction with those students who are virtual. This year, of course, has been uniquely challenging with trying to balance between my first and my second job and my family. And I also enjoy writing, and so some of my hobbies on the side. And one of the most important things that I've had to learn more this year, I've had to do this in the past, but this year, of course, has highlighted the need to protect my family time. If I could have one thing this year, it'd be more time. This year I have had so little margin.
The incredible burden that we put on them to ask them to not only teach during a COVID year, to do it behind plexiglass and in front of bases and to wear masks and those kind of things. Those were hard enough, but then to ask them on top of that to teach to an audience that's watching virtually as well. An incredible task that we put in front of them, and they, without hesitation, they took it in stride. They ran the race and they persevered, and they have pushed through and just done an amazing job.
What has been so incredibly rewarding is almost because of the challenges. I've been able time and time again to remind myself first and foremost, but remind my students as well, just the hope of the entirety of Christ's work, from his redemption to his ultimate promise of the restoration and the promise of his coming. And I know that seems silly, but the school year's been so disruptive, and of course our students have been through a lot, that it has been profound to just again and again and again go back to Christ is enough, and what he's done is enough.
Wasn't that video about Mr. Kagi incredible? Your kids had Mr. Kagi too, right?
My kids love Mr. Kagi. That was kind of like going to church. That was a good video.
Mr. Kagi has had such a huge impact on so many of our kids, and
Absolutely.
Not only loves history, but has given our kids an incredible worldview as well. All right, as you guys are watching, we would love for you to engage and participate in the chat. If you're having a hard time figuring out how that works, you'll actually just scroll down a little bit, hit the chat button, and we would love for you guys to tell us what silent auction items you think are great, or we would love to hear especially what type of impact some of these teachers have made on your kids and what you are thankful for about our teachers. So be sure to participate in the chat, and that'll also help tonight feel a little bit more like a community, and everyone can participate and respond to each other.
Yeah, and feel free to make fun of me in the process. I'm good with it. I need some good banter. It's like I need people live laughing or something.
That's right. I know. We kind of need an audience. Also, we would love for you guys to check out some of the fantastic silent auction items. I've been sitting here scrolling through. Okay, so don't forget to check out, there's like 2 tickets to see Hamilton.
Okay, my daughter and I loved Hamilton. We may have to think about that one, because that is
in New York, and it was incredible. And if you guys get tickets to see Hamilton, you know, you get to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. That's a song.
I'm not singing. I know the song.
I shouldn't be singing, but I just did it.
I'm not going there. My wife told me I wasn't allowed.
That's a song from Hamilton.
Yes, I know.
Actually. Do you recognize it?
My favorite part of Hamilton is when Jefferson comes out in the second act, and it's like Prince walking on stage. Now, I'm an 80s boy. I love some Prince. So.
Okay, the other thing about the tickets to Hamilton are that you would actually get to sit next to me and my husband. So I think you need to bid, because we're really fun.
You lost me at no, I'm just kidding. Melanie and I have to talk about it. She hasn't seen the show yet, so
it's incredible.
So there's some other great things on here
what
too.
Are some
We
other
talked about. There's I saw it somewhere a minute ago. It's a Snap-on tools right on top. There it is. Snap-on tools right on top toy for kids. And Mel, I think I need that for my birthday.
So apparently Snap-on tools are like
they're the bomb.
Thing.
Yes, I love some Snap-on tools.
I didn't know that.
I can't use them because I don't do that kind of stuff, but I do like them.
All right, so there are some incredible items in this silent auction. We've been sitting here scrolling through. Oh, it looks like somebody gets to be the first car in Carline next year. Someone's already bid on that one. You don't even have to wait in line.
Nice.
You can just pull right up to the very front at
If I got that one, I would, like everybody would have to wait until almost 8 o'clock because I don't get there early.
Takes you a little time to get there.
I saw another one, principal for a day. I thought about getting that for Anderson because then he could walk into class with some attitude, you know. You work for me. I don't think that would go over real well.
I don't know if we need any more of that.
Yeah, he's got enough of that on his own. That's true.
I do think principal for a day would be super fun for one of your kids, so be sure to bid on that one.
Hey, let's open this up a little bit more. So you can give $1,000. We're still encouraging people to give $1,000. You can give $500, and we're encouraging you to consider that. But not everybody can give $500.
It's true.
Maybe you can give $250. Take a look at the donate button. We want to hit this match of $10,000, so we're asking everybody to figure out what they can give. If you can give $250, then hit the donate button and give us $250 so we can hit this match.
That's right. And so just remember, if you missed the beginning of our show tonight, just remember that all money raised tonight actually goes towards bonuses for our incredible teachers. So all money raised tonight goes towards our teachers' bonuses. And we're hoping that we can raise enough that we can also add more money into their compassion fund and then also an endowment fund, which will give them even better benefits. So we would love for you guys to consider giving this evening. Text your spouse, elbow your spouse, and we would love for you to help us thank and love on and support our incredible teachers. So while you're deciding your amount that you'd like to give, next up, we actually have two of our alumni who wanted to share with all of you the incredible impact that teachers have had on them through their college and now professional career.
Well, my name is Taylor Weber. I am currently a senior at John Brown University, and I graduated from Providence Academy in 2017. I started going there in 2009, and I'll actually be graduating here in May and going to UAMS for PT school.
My name is Mitchell Guthrie. I started going to Providence in 2004, the first year that the school actually opened. I was a second grader with one other classmate when I graduated in 2015. I graduated with 20 other people, and the school had grown to be almost 500 students. And I am now working full-time for Providence as the Director of Enrollment and Engagement as of 2 weeks ago.
So being a student at Providence is a really unique place to be, because you can be involved in lots of different things in the school in relatively smaller circles of people, and so intentional relationships form out of that. Classes are never huge. Lots of times they're interactive and very engaging, and that was a huge catalyst for my love of learning.
One of the most important things that Providence Academy really strives to do is to build leaders for Christ. And so for me, having the opportunity to go to school from the time I was 7 years old, all the way through when I graduated in 2015, I really did get to experience what it was that Providence was trying to do.
The teachers at Providence have a very direct purpose in what they do. It was a true honor to be able to be a recipient of that.
And the amount of effort and care that each of these teachers pours into us, the amount of sacrifice that each one of these teachers at Providence Academy makes over the course of a single school year, let alone the years and years that many of them teach at the school, is remarkable. And it really speaks to the effort that they go to and how special they truly are.
We don't want to be spoon-fed our faith because that's what everybody else believes. We were encouraged to think about it on our own and say, why is it that I believe this? It was very clear to me that teachers cared for me individually. I recall a time where I took a chemistry test, didn't do very great on it, and the teacher drove to my house and walked in, sat down at our dining room table, and we walked through the entire exam. And I think that's just a testament to the depth of care that the teachers of Providence have.
I can't even put into words how thankful I am for these teachers. Mr. Lucas Kagi, history, government, and economics. To this day, my senior year government and economics class, that was one of my favorite classes I ever took. Mrs. Pam Sprutels, who spends countless hours pouring into students, talking to them through life. Every time I see her, I can't help but to smile and give her a hug and just ask how she's doing.
Being a servant and a leader are synonymous. And that is something that is seen within the school. And I think that's seen specifically through teachers.
Because of the teachers and their willingness to sacrifice and to listen to God's call on their lives, hundreds and hundreds of students every single day walk out of those buildings at Providence Academy better young men and young women because of what the teachers do for them day in and day out.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
We love you.
You inspire us.
Okay, so that video definitely makes me want my kids to graduate from Providence,
It
because
just makes me feel old. Those boys graduated with my oldest son. Yeah.
I just know that I want my kids to talk like Taylor Weber and Mitchell Guthrie.
Right. Absolutely. You know, speaking of Taylor and Mitchell, if you're watching, since you're not married, young, out on your own, I mean, you could probably give some money as well.
That's right. Alumni, you could give some money to thank your teachers too.
Absolutely. So we want to open this up even more, right? Not everybody can give 1,000 or 500 or maybe even 250, but you can give 100. If you can give $100, click on the donate button. We want to make sure we get to this number. We've got, I believe that we're at 8,000 towards the match of 10,000. So we've got a little ways to go. We need some people to step up.
We're really close. We're at 8,000 towards the 10,000 of the matching challenge. We're super close. We would love for you guys to help us get to that 10,000 amount. And hey, look, $100, that's like not going to Starbucks for a week or two. So
I mean, for you, it might be not going for a couple of days for a couple of people in this room. Hey, we also want to update our overall total. We're at $20,811.
21.
21. How about that? 21,000. So we got a goal of 50,000. We've still got a ways to go, so we need to get some of those silent auction bids up as well. But we'll run a report here in a minute. I know we've got some more things we want to show.
that's right. So one of the incredible things that happened this year was that our board of directors and our administrators actually decided to create an award that they would give out annually to recognize one of our exceptional teachers. Our very first year, they decided to name the award after a teacher who has had an incredible impact on our Providence community. She has been here from the very beginning. In our first year, she served as a substitute teacher, and she helped to actually create our entire history curriculum and had a huge impact on the curriculum for all of Lower Campus. And she has been a teacher here for many years. She recently took some time off to help take care of her parents, but she's continued to have an incredible impact on the Providence community, and that is Kim Brinson. She is just one of the most loved teachers in our community. So they actually created an award that is going to be called the Kim Brinson Distinguished Faculty Award. And our very first recipient this year was Kim Brinson. Watch this incredible video.
Hi, my name is Jason Ross. I serve as Chancellor here at Providence Academy. It's an honor this year to present the award, the Kim Brinson Distinguished Faculty Award, to the first recipient, and that's Kim Brinson. Kim embodies in so many ways everything that we stand for, our distinctives around classical and college preparatory education, the university model school, just being effective in partnering with parents in that, and of course our Christ-centered foundation. This award will be given annually to a teacher who embodies excellence and leadership as an instructor at Providence Academy. Along with the award comes a $1,000 honorarium. And so it's just a way to say thank you for going above and beyond to teachers that have clearly done that.
My name's Desiree Weber. I have 3 kids, 2 have already graduated, and then I have 1 who's a sophomore. So Kim Brinson is a larger-than-life person. She is just someone you never get enough of. You just always want more every time you're with her. She was a history teacher to so many grades over the years, as well as taught different electives, taught art history electives. I know she taught a superstructures architecture elective. She took kids to Team Pack every year. But even more than that, I think her investment is one of eternal significance. And individually, specifically knew and loved the kids, and they knew that. They felt it. You could feel it in the school. When I think about her legacy, I think of cardstock and sticky notes. And I mean, she must have spent millions of dollars on sticky notes because every project the kids would do, she would put at least 3 or 4 sticky notes of both encouraging things and things that were very specific that she saw, as well as ways that like the kids could grow. I think as a teenager, to have someone in your life outside of your family, but a teacher who cared more about you and who you were and investing in you. So even today, you know, her influence on Providence, people want to be around her all the time. Her calendar's full and her text messages are full, and even as people are praying for her, she is continuing to pray for them and continues to know about their lives as well.
The board has led out in this, and they want to designate an award each year to a faculty member who is distinguished, really sets the bar highs, pursues excellence. Here I am trying to give you an award on behalf of leadership at the school, and you're blessing me. Again, that just shares.
Is absolutely gorgeous.
That was a great video. You know, my wife and I were talking about this night, and she reminded me that Mrs. Brinson was the confirmation that we had made the right decision to come into Providence. When our oldest was here, when we just started, he'd kind of gotten away with some things in public school, and the first paper he turned in, Mrs. Brinson sent it back with nope, not good enough on it. And my wife said that was confirmation that we had made a good decision in coming to Providence. So
it is true. I think one of the things I've been so grateful for is the way that the teachers here have loved our kids, cared about what's going on at home, but at the same time, they don't really let them settle for mediocrity, and they push them to excellence and push them and say, I believe in you, I believe you can do better, but it's done with grace. And I think Kim was an incredible example of that during the years that she taught at Providence, and really continues to inspire and challenge and make all of us laugh. And I see her post on Facebook all the time. She continues to have an incredible impact on our community. Well, can we get an update?
Yeah, so during that time, someone gave $5,000.
That's right, someone gave $5,000
awesome.
During that last video.
Big deal.
We hit the match.
That's good. We did. We hit the match
too.
But don't
this
stop.
Is so fun.
Let's see if we can double it.
Let's do it.
I would love it.
This is so fun and so exciting. Thank you guys so much for giving and participating.
$30,000 so far given, raised.
That's pretty incredible in like 42 minutes. That's not bad for 42 minutes.
And we did promise them we'd be done in an hour, right?
That's right. We're doing pretty well.
We're
getting pretty close to wrapping the evening up. Thank you guys so much for giving, but we don't want to stop at the $10,000 magic challenge.
Whatever you feel like you can give. I've called out some numbers. I called out 1,000. I called out 500. Somebody gave 5,000. I called out 250. I called out 100. But I mean, if you can only give 50, we understand. We appreciate it. We thank you for whatever you can do.
That's right. Thank you so much. And then also, one thing that we thought would be fun as well is if you would like to give in honor of a certain teacher. If there is a teacher that has had a particular impact on your student, we would love for you to share that in the chat and say, I donated in honor of, I know for us, Kim Flowers has had a huge impact on my kids and helping a couple of my kids. Kim, if you're out there, just have loved my kids so much, helped them pass geometry and algebra 2, which are really tough math subjects. And
I don't even know what those are.
So we would love for you to leave in the chat if there's a particular teacher that has really made a special impact on your kids. Mr. Janicki is another one that has had a huge impact on my kids. And my kids have always talked about the fact that in Mr. Janicki's Latin class, they always say, they're like, it's like 70% theology and worldview and caring about us and 30% Latin, but yet somehow Titus still managed to get an incredibly high score on the national Latin exam. So I think he learned a lot more Latin than he thinks.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Latin is Greek to me, so
But Mr. Janicki had a huge impact on them. So we would love for you to leave in the chat some of the teachers who have had an incredible impact on your kids.
And we're getting real time here, which is a little bit ahead of where I'm seeing on my phone.
Okay.
AT&T. 32,800 is where we are. I didn't mean to do that. If you work for AT&T, I apologize.
All right, so we're now at 32,000. Thank you guys so much. We would love for you to continue to give. And then also, all right, so
We have one more video, don't we?
we do in just
a minute.
In just a minute, we have another video. We wanted to tell you we're getting ready to wrap up this evening, but we would love for you to continue donating. We wanted to tell you a few things. We would love for you to continue bidding on our silent auction. That silent auction is going to be live up until 9 o'clock, but it does close at 9 o'clock sharp. So I know
So you got an hour and 15 minutes.
That's right. And the silent auction can bring the competitiveness
Yes, it
out
can.
in some of us. I might have been super competitive last night over this one item that I really want.
Can you still chat after we are finished with live?
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know. I
know
just
about
threw a
that.
curve in the room here.
But we would love
Maybe
for
you could just send a text to whoever you just beat for that bid.
That's right. So we would love for you to continue bidding this evening. All the money that you spend on those items goes into that amount that we're raising for our teachers. We have so many incredible items. We definitely want to thank all of the parents and business owners who donated such incredible items. We have Airbnbs in downtown Bentonville. We have Airbnbs out on Beaver Lake. We have restaurant gift cards, entertainment gift cards. There, even towards the end of the auction, we have a huge number of items that were donated by Horizon Group that are all kinds of toys that are great for STEM. There's some great STEM toys. There are some great birthday presents. All these boxed items that would be super fun crafts to do with your kids this summer when your kids are home all summer and you're trying to keep them entertained. You could definitely bid on some of those items. Horizon Group made a huge donation.
There's a First Tee youth membership.
That's
Teach some
right.
golf, life skills.
Youth
life
Tee is
sports.
incredible. Both of my
Yes.
boys have taken lessons at First Tee for golf lessons. We also have, let's see, what are some of the other fun items? There's an incredible cooking lesson on Lynn Sinton's farm. I might have my eye on that one.
Okay, well, I won't bid on it.
I shouldn't be telling people because then they might go bid on it.
I think you should bid on it. Make her bid more.
So you guys be sure to go check out all those auction items after the auction closes tonight at 9. If you're curious about where you're going to get your items, you can actually come to the Patriot Collegiate Center to pick up those items starting on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, you can come right to the Collegiate Center and pick up your items. All right,
Awesome.
I think up next we have,
When we do it.
not yet,
Mr.
I
Ross,
think Mr.
yeah.
Ross is going to come up and say a few words.
Yeah, please come.
Well, Ashley and Lee, great job. This has really been fun. I want to thank you for all the work that you put in toward this event. And we have the crew behind the camera that you can't see that has put in many hours. I want to thank them as well. And I want to say, on behalf of administration, teachers who are watching, thank you so much for this incredible year that you have worked diligently, you've been dedicated, you have clearly gone above and beyond. And so we hope you come away tonight appreciated, just feeling loved, because you really are. You have been awesome this year. So thank you again. Everyone who has given, we want to thank you for your donations. And as Ashley and Lee said, please continue to consider what the Lord would have you do to give toward this goal. And also, continue to bid on those awesome auction items. If you donated, thank you. I mean, we have incredible auction items. As a matter of fact, Danielle, who's running the camera tonight, can hardly stay off the auction side. She's supposed to be running the camera, but she's back there bidding against you. So take Danielle out. Seriously, thank you so much. We love you. Where are we at? On the evening, we're at $37,161. Praise the Lord. Well, thank you again. It's been an awesome night. Ashley?
Yes, just a couple more words. Thank you all for joining us, and we would love for you to continue bidding on our auction items through 9 p.m. You can invite your family and friends to bid as well. You do not have to be a Providence parent in order to bid, so we would love for you to continue bidding until 9 o'clock tonight.
Or you can bid for them and just ask them to send you the money later.
That's true. And finally, we just want to say to our teachers that thank you really seems inadequate for the impact that you've had on our kids and for the sacrifices that you have made this year to keep our kids healthy and safe and continuing to be able to learn and get out of our homes. And so we are...
Yes, thank you for letting me get out of our homes.
That's right. Thank you for mentoring them and for helping us raise our children. We are so grateful to you and hope that tonight just made you feel loved and appreciated. And from all of us and from our kids, we have one more thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers. Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
We appreciate you.
You inspire us.
We love you so much.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
You guys are the best.
We love you.
We see you.
You are awesome.
You rock.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
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 We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you so much.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers. Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you, Providence teachers.
Thank you for being there for us.
You rock. Providence teachers, y'all are the best.
You're the best.
We love you.
We love you for what you do and what you've done this year. Thank you.
You are amazing.